Wait for a godly man. When I talk about dating, let me make you realize that chivalry is not dead in our modern world. There is still hope because all men are not the same. You don't deserve the less nor the good, but you deserve the best, and you just need to wait. Wait for a godly man, not just the guy who will surprise you every month by giving you flowers and chocolates, but the man who will ask you out for simple dinner dates because he knows that love is not just about giving material things. Call me old school, but love letters are more precious than expensive gifts. He values more of intellectual and deep conversations with you because he wants to get to know you and your personal walk with the Lord. Wait for a godly man, not the guy who will force you to give yourself to him before marriage, but the man who will treasure your worth and value, because intimacy is not just having sex with someone. He will make you realize that you don't have to make love by making love. A man who will protect and respect your boundaries, who's enough with holding hands and hugs, so your first kiss will be at the altar. Wait for a godly man, not the guy who will settle for blurred and unlabeled relationships, but a man who's committed to be with you. He's sure for both of you because he's sure with himself too. He knows where their relationship is going. That will be in marriage. Wait for a godly man, not the guy who will hide your relationship with his friends and families, but the man who will be brave enough to ask your parents' permissions first. Because he knows that they are still your authorities, he will humbly ask for their approval to pursue you. And he will get involved to be with your friends too because he's proud of you. Wait for a godly man, not the guy who spends his time more about you, but the man who will lead you to the love of God. He will pursue him first before pursuing you. He has a personal relationship with the Lord. He hungers for growth and learning too. He will take time listening with all your questions in the Bible. A man who will challenge you in healthy debates and will help you understand his truth better. He's a man who's broken before God. He's not proud of his achievements, but in awe of the blessings that God has given him. Wait for a godly man, not the guy who will leave you hanging when things get tough, but a man who will listen with all your rants. He understands when you have roller coaster of emotions. Today you're a ray of sunshine and tomorrow you might be a raging storm, yet you're still beautiful in his eyes. A godly man who won't decide to leave you just because he feels he doesn't love you anymore. It's really impossible because he knows that love is not based on emotions. Even in the most intense arguments, he is slow with anger. Giving up is not part of his vocabulary, but surrendering is. Because love means surrendering both of your old sinful habits. Wait for a godly man. He's not just your lover, but he can be your brother and best friend too. He will make you cry because of his corny jokes. He won't make you anxious, unlike your toxic relationships before. You will have peace in your mind when you found him, because in this kind of relationship, God is in the center of it all. Wait for a godly man. He will bring out not just the best of you, but also the worst part of you, yet he loves you still the same. Because that is the kind of love that we have received from God. I tell you, he's not a perfect, ideal kind of man. Just like you, he will disappoint and fail you. Yet, he will remind you of his grace, someone that was given to you, even if you don't deserve it.